Today, we are diving into Warhammer 40k Kill Team, a game system I've been keen to get into. But, of course, it will be done with 3D printing. I was given this Shock Trooper squad from RedMakers, and they will represent the Cadia Guard really nicely. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, this project was started in February. One thing led to another and I just put it on hold, so I have decided to put a time on myself to get it done. I have given myself 4 days to complete the painting and filming of this project. Can I complete it in time? Well, yeah, otherwise you wouldn't see this video. I found that RedMakers pre-supported models usually print first go. It is a testament to the support work over at RedMakers. Let me know how you went with RedMaker models, and if you have any other creators that make proxy for Cadia Guardsmen. I now have around 4 resin printers making large future projects possible. This project, however, only requires the 1 printer. I learnt a bit from my last video where I compared different quality settings between 3 different printers. You can check that video out in the top right corner. This print took around 4 hours to finish off this plate of Guardsmen. The print looks to have come out great, no missing pieces, and everything seems to have printed. Let's get them off the build plate. I love this when prints just peel away with little effort. If anything had failed, I would show you the cleaning process like in all my other videos, but thankfully everything is here. But I will need to wash the models to really have a good look. I find myself using this wash station a lot lately. It has a little mesh filter that stops parts from going into the drain plug. With the traditional wash stations that use the deep fryer cage, there is always a chance to have all your small parts fall through, and then you have to fish them out from the bottom and risk them getting smashed up by the impeller wheel that stirs the liquid. You can fix that. All you need to do is get some fly screen from your local hardware store and layer the bottom of the cage. This way you can put all your small parts in without them going everywhere. With all the parts washed, this is a good time to inspect them and remove the supports. It is also very satisfying to remove supports from pre-supported models that have been done well. The Guardsmen look great. I absolutely love RedMakers sculpts. I still need to print out some Station Forge minis, and I've also heard of Maker's Cult, but I have yet to check them out. I think they do a lot of Deathcore of Krieg models. Now that would be a cool future video. A fully printed army of Krieg. What do you all think? And do you have any other creative recommendations I should check out? Alright, it's time to cure the Guardsmen. 5 minutes is usually the sweet spot for me. Models that come out sticky usually indicate that your minis aren't fully cured. I picked up these paint stirrer sticks from my local hardware store along with some double-sided tape. I am thinking this will be a good way to mount all the Guardsmen for the painting process. This is also a good time to ask, if you like the video, please like and comment for the algorithm gods. Also hit subscribe and consider joining my Patreon if you would like to further support the channel, like these fine people. Putting together the Guardsmen is easier because RedMaker goes the extra step and marks what arms go with the bodies you are wanting to put together. It is these little extra touches I appreciate from creators. I thought it would be faster if I spray the main base color of the cloth first with leather brown from AK Interactive, hitting them all in one go, and then after that I needed some highlights. I turned to Light Earth, also made by AK Interactive. mainly spraying from above and then using sepia ink from Vallejo. I think next time though, I will just use the brush. It was a little hard to get to the shadows with the sepia ink using the airbrush. Onto the armor plates, I went with a traditional dark green, a classic Cadia Guardsmen color. Going back to the brush, is it just me, or is brush painting just a better way to paint minis? I'm not saying an airbrush is not useful, and some can use them very well. Also, painting an army quickly with an airbrush can make working on your minis a lot easier, but if there was only one method to paint a mini, I would use a brush every time. Sometimes dealing with having to clean an airbrush and any other little hiccups happens, I prefer just brush painting. How about you? So I needed to hit all the pouches and straps with the brown, also making sure to hit the gloves and boots. With dark grey, I hit all the weapons before using an Oxford grey for edge highlighting. It's basically just a lighter grey. Going back to the armor plates, I tried my hand at some green highlighting, working my way up to frog green, a very light green. Turns out the green was a little too bright, so I decided to use the base color of Prussian green and make it glazed to dull it down a bit. With all that done, I finally have my first kill team for the year finished. I went back off camera and tried a little bit of object source lighting on the plasma coil for the heavy plasma. I really like the way it turned out, and I'm glad I decided to get this project done. Having projects hovering over my head doesn't feel great, but getting minis painted up and finished to a tabletop standard is a great feeling. If you want to watch more videos like this, you can check out this one where I 3D printed a Heretic Guardsman army.